What's up, everybody? It's the JAY man here, and I'm just doing a video because I wanted to talk about something that actually happened to me yesterday evening. And I'm gonna get this countryman right here all fired up and toasted up, ready for a little smoke. And it's getting pretty warm out here. I ain't even lying. Okay. Yesterday, as you all may know, or maybe you don't know, I had posted a Corn Cob Tuesday video, part 6, in regards to pipe smoking versus cigar smoking. Well, later that evening, I decided to have a cigar. And I made a rookie mistake on top of what I want to say is probably another rookie mistake. And I should have known better. What had happened was I was smoking one of these Good Times Countryman. And see, today I got it cut, just a single V cut. Because these, and like I had discussed in the review for these, they're a cheaper cigar. They're about $1 a stick. And even though the construction is pretty good, a lot of the times that end won't be perfectly rounded like where the cap is. So what happened was I went to do a straight cut with a straight cut guillotine. When I straight cut, I didn't go, at first it was one snip, but I didn't open it up big enough. So I was like, okay, well, let me get a little bit more on it, snip it again. And then that second time, I snipped too far past the cap, and it was already kind of messing up that outside wrapper around here. And I was like, oh, well, that's going to be a problem, right? Especially with smoking it, which instinct should have told me that I should have went ahead and proceeded with, how you doing? With just proceeding with just still smoking it the correct way. But for some reason, I go, and I had thought about this before in the past. I was like, what's the difference if you smoke it from either end? Whether you light it from one end or the other, you smoke it, it's the same thing, right? It's going to be the same result, same smoke, same situation. No, apparently it is not. So what I did was I put it in my mouth, I put the foot of it in my mouth, lit the end of it where I had cut past the cap, and pretty much the entire time I struggled with, for one thing, the draw was horrible. I couldn't get smoke. Like I said, I couldn't get a good mouthful of smoke. And the more I smoked, the more that thing unraveled to the point where I had to take off the wrapper. And I was like, well, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to try to smoke as much as I can because I've done ruined this thing. And it just kept unraveling one after another until I finally had to toss it. It was a wasted cigar, a wasted experience. Just, it's only $1. Buck out the window, but I just felt so bad because that's a cigar that just did not get smoked properly. So what do? I get on YouTube and I start researching this situation, and sure enough, when it comes down to a cigar's construction, it is specifically designed and rolled a certain way to where it's like the way it's supposed to be. Like it is meant to be smoked It is meant to be lit on the foot, and that is it. I mean, it's specifically designed to be smoked that way. I never thought about it, but I'm telling you, there is science. There is science that goes beyond our, basic, common sense. It did mine anyway. And like I said, the first rookie mistake I made was going past the cap. And then I made another rookie mistake of trying to smoke that thing backwards. I mean, it was a cluster fuck. And I cannot stress that enough. So then I thought to myself, well, since these countrymen, because that's the first time I ever had that problem with cutting past the cap. I've never cut past the cap. But I did on this because, like I said, not all of them are perfectly rounded at the end. Some of them are kind of misshapen, and that's kind of what happened with that one. So I think what I'm going to try to do with these, stay away from the straight cut, and I think I'm just going to use that V cut. I don't even know if I'm going to try to utilize a crown cut perhaps. I'm probably just going to stick with just the single snip just on the V and leave it at that. So I just wanted to let everybody know and be aware that, look at them ashes. Just everybody be aware that whatever you're thinking up here with that whole turning it around, don't do it. Don't even try it. Don't even waste your cigar. Don't waste your smoke. Don't waste your experience. Don't waste your moments. I mean, I learned the hard way, and sometimes I'm that kind of person. Sometimes I have to learn shit the hard way, I'm one of those people where sometimes it takes disaster to learn a lesson. So don't do it. That's really all I got to discuss. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Put this video out there that way in case anybody's thinking about it. Maybe they'll click on my video and be like, oh wow, it really fucked his cigar up. I'm not going to try that. And like I said, and if I'd have known better, I would have just, it probably still would have been kind of a shitty smoking experience, but it, from smoking it from the end where I cut past the cap, but at least it would have been a lot more manageable and a lot more controllable. Because I'm telling you, once that thing started unraveling, you just would not think a cigar would fall apart and unravel that quickly. It was a mess. It was a mess. But that's all I really got to touch on today. No reviews today. Hit me with a subscribe, hit me with a like, leave a comment. Let me know if that's ever happened to y'all. Tell me about it. As always, stay smoking. Peace out.